Oh, friends, I wish that I could say that this is going to end happily, but not really so much. But that's okay. If you haven't seen my videos before, I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and this is a 550 diesel we've been working on for quite a while, and this footage you're about to see is actually split off from, you know, the last video. Again, it got to be too long. I don't think people want to sit and watch them that long. So at any rate, that's what you're about to see right after this. All right, next morning. Let's get the oil draining, and then we'll work on cleaning this filter housing up and stuff. We'll give that time to drip out of there, because it was kind of thick-ish oil, and I think that it probably, you know, wouldn't hurt a thing to have that drain a little bit. I have no idea. I haven't even crawled under there to look, so I don't know what kind of shape the drain plug's in. I hope it's a usable thing, you know. Everything else has been about wore out, so why wouldn't this be? Oh, awesome. It's super tight. So, and I don't think I got it on that door. Oh, we got a problem, don't we, friend? Shouldn't have to put a cheater pipe on an oil plug, but it looks like that's what's gonna happen. Dang it. Nothing will just go my way. All right, the problem around here is when you find a cheater pipe, it's way too much. So I don't know if I can get that out here in some form where I might be able to get to it like that. This isn't gonna work. No, I guess I'll have to hunt to find something different. Maybe just switching to the breaker bar would be good enough. Maybe that will do it. Let's try that. All right, the breaker bar is at least narrow enough that I can get a smaller pipe on it. That was my issue with that ratchet. It's always too big. That's a problem that some of you don't know anything about, having stuff that's too big. It's a burden I must bear. Oh no. No. We don't want to struggle today. Dang it. We're gonna struggle. It's not coming easy. And I guess I gotta lay in the dirt to see what's going on, because I can't do it the way I'm doing it. All right. Let's get down to the level of failure. In other words, your level. Oh my. That is so stuck. There we go. I think I just got it. Son of a Knudsen. I didn't think that oil plug trouble would be my today's problem. Jeez. Yeah, that's kind of dark chocolatey, and not in a nice way. Kind of like And another one where it's not even enough, really. That's not gonna drain out to be even a gallon. And they're supposed to hold a gallon, friends. Supposed to hold. All right, we're gonna let that do its thing. And while that's doing its thing, I'm gonna take this off, and we are gonna clean this housing, because as previously stated, it is dirty in there, and that ain't gonna work. So we'll get rid of the old, and I'll get this cleaned out, and then I'll bring you back. Are you even there? I don't know. I got this pretty clean. It was not an easy task. Turns out that the way that this filter can is shaped, which I kind of knew that anyway, it's very difficult to get to the bottom and get it cleaned perfectly, because it's cast with, like, not really cast, but stamped, and it's got ribs in it, and those ribs just love to hold trash. So it's kind of a trick sometimes to finally get it, you know, the way you want. But we got a good filter in there, so that's really the only thing that matters. That should be good. I'm going to turn the fuel on, and we're going to hope that it kind of gravity feeds that filter. I think I got the line still loose down here at the yeah, did I, or did I tighten that? I don't remember. I thought I had it loose. I don't know. At any rate, we'll prepare ourselves to get some fuel. I don't know that that's going to really do anything for us. Maybe I did tighten that line up. I don't know. It'll take a while to fill that filter. And then we'll take the bleeder loose on that. I'll do that here in a minute. I think our oil's done too, so I'm going to put the plug back in and then pour some oil in this thing, so we don't forget that, because boy, that would suck, wouldn't it? After enduring all of this and then forgetting to put oil back in it. All right, that's done. Let me grab some oil, and I'll pour that in. I thought I had the oil sitting right here, but sometimes my brain don't work correctly. You spend a lot of time just waiting on me to get set up for things. I don't know if that's any value to you, but I gotta get my funnel clean, see? It's almost clean, see? If I don't have a sparkling funnel, you'll probably yell at me. That's gonna work, just barely. Because why not, friends? Why not? I'm struggling with... We got some corn out of the bin and it's dusty. Now I'm coughing and hacking. And I have to cut all of that out of the tape so you don't hear it. That's why there's always some abrupt scenery changes where it looks like it jumps, because I probably coughed or said something foolish, or I don't know. Let's see. I doubt that that's enough. I should probably put another cord in it. Well, that's enough to play. We'll run it and then we'll see. But I wanna we'll leave that there. All right, we got oil. We now need to focus on fuel. We need to prime that system. And we should be able to just pump it till we can't stand it anymore. And it should come out of that bleeder on the other filter. I never had the injectors loose, so I'm wondering if I'm going to have to bleed them because it's been so long, or whether it will just work. Not sure. I hear it puffing out that other side. And I see fuel coming out. Oh. Oh, we've made a mess, so that's good. Got fuel there. I was gonna pump it till I couldn't do it anymore. Probably about there. Get in there. All right, fuel, oil. We need to do power steering fluid, add that in. And I'm also tempted to rig up a light for the oil pressure, just so I know that it's got oil pressure. But that is neither here nor there. It had oil pressure when we parked it here, so why wouldn't it now, you know? But it would be good to know. So I'm gonna go get some hydraulic oil for the steering, and the jump box is here, and then we'll see if we can't make this thing come to life. All right, friends, I think we're ready for the grand finale here. Perhaps the biggest failure we've ever had, or maybe the biggest success we've ever had. I'm trying to get my thinking stool so that I can watch it explode, you know, comfortably. But I think we'll be good to go here. I have the buzzer hooked up, so we might have some feedback on oil pressure situation. It's in neutral. Let's go for it. Don't try this at home. Oil pressure, that's good. No fuel, that's not surprising. I should also make sure that, I thought I did that yesterday, that my fuel shutoff is really shut off. Yeah, see, that would be out, which would be off. So forward would be on. So we're gonna have to pump it some more. I mean, we might have to bleed the injector lines too, I don't know. It's been off for so long that it's probably pretty empty. I prefer to get it going without any of the professor's magic elixir, but if I can't, I might have to. Come on. All right. Well, perhaps we ought loosen the injector lines and do some cranking and see if we can get fuel coming out of there, and then it ought to run. Because right now I ain't getting nothing. I'm getting nothing of any kind, which is understandable because I had changed this line and all that, and I would say that it's pretty well lost any kind of prime that it had. I'm just hoping that the pump isn't stuck from sitting for so long. That would truly suck, you know, and it's very possible that it is. And then I'm going to owe him an injection pump. And that sucks for me, but that's the right thing to do. So, yeah. Let me grab a wrench and start taking them loose. I can't remember what size those are. Aren't they this size? I can't get to them real good either. You just take a nap for a minute. I don't know where to mount you for the failure show. See, we got a lot working against us here because of the it's just so compact, you know. But we'll get it. That's loose. Let's do this one. I mean, there's just barely enough room here. This one, maybe not so much. Maybe not so much. Nope. Come on, you. That one we might just leave alone. You don't have to do them all. It kind of helps a little bit, but yeah, okay. Well, maybe if I pull the throttle back and then do it, I might get it. Or I might not. Let's skip that one. Let's just, it'll run on 3 and pick that one up if this is really the problem. All right. Let's crank it. I should probably hold you, so come on. Nothing. That is not making me happy. Also, we are going to disconnect the buzzer for now because I've had enough. I've heard enough buzzing. I have proof of concept that will work. We know that it has oil pressure because the buzzer quit while I was cranking it. So if it's got oil pressure that much, then we're probably okay. I mean, what else is there to try? Because I know I know what I'm going to have to do, and I don't really look forward to that, but I guess I'm going to have to do that anyway. And I could crank it like that. You just look at the sky for a minute while I think to myself quietly. Well, friends, I'm feeling pretty low because I think that I'm probably gonna have pump problems, and I hate that. So what I think I'm gonna do is pull the top off the pump and see if I can even remotely see down in there and see if I'm getting metering valve action, and if not, I'll see if I can't get it to do something. I don't know. This is a dangerous game, friends. I don't like messing inside injection pumps because bad things can happen, you see. But nothing's happening here. I ain't getting no smoke. I ain't getting no fuel coming out of the lines when I loosen it. So I would say that we're going to be digging deep. Digging deep, and it's a brand new injection pump that he just had rebuilt. And now Ross is going to probably have to rebuild it for him, because I let it sit too long. So that's on my dime, but whatever. All right, sports fans. I think I got it. This should be the metering valve. And it is now moving. Everything's moving freely. So I can hear all the linkage. If I pull the fuel stop, it goes to stop. It was not doing that before. When I nudged it, it jumped. And so I'm saying that that's probably what was our problem. So We're going to put this back on now. And we're going to hope for the best now. You kind of have to, I don't know, there's a lot of stuff you got to take loose on these because of the way the injectors are right in your teeth. You know, that's not the most handy way. But 'tis what it is. We're going to try to get these tightened back up. This is kind of a struggle bus to get in there to all the things. Maybe if you had one of those shorty screwdrivers, but I don't think that would even work on some of them. Each one, probably a different screwdriver for each one to have the optimal helping you. This one, if I feed the screwdriver up in there somehow, is how I did it a minute ago. I don't even know. You can't really turn it then, can you? I don't know, friends. This is just the struggles we bear when we're working on old garbage, you know. It just, I need one of those 90-degree screwdrivers. I've got some of them. I just need to make that happen. There we go. Come on. All right. We got that. Now let's put the line back on. This is, yeah. Get that on there. Let's put this one back on there. Come on. We're getting it, friends. It's just time-consuming process. It's just one of those things, you know. I wish I had more hours in the day because I got so many things to do. And like this would be a perfect thing to walk away from and go do something else, but it's went on too long. I want this done. So I want to press forward no matter how inconvenient this is making my life today. I want it sitting here as a running tractor, and then I will build from there, you know. This go in there. Flip it over. Flip it over. I need to hook the throttle back up. We've had that off 15 times in the last days, you know. Come on. Jump in there. Need to put our little pin in, because you don't ever skip out on that, because you don't want that throttle going crazy on you. Well, I just broke that, so we'll be getting a new clip in the future here. Let's spin that around for now. All right, now we're ready to try it again. We still have the injection lines loose, so we're gonna go with that. We're gonna switch to this screwdriver, which should be, oh, don't start stuff like that. Well, friends, I'm getting tempted to try to give it some fard pounders and see if that don't make it come to life, because this is getting to be kind of ridiculous. Well, friends, the Sadness Express has rolled into the station once again. I'm gonna have to take this pump off and have it gone through, because I ain't getting nothing out of it. I've tried every trick I know, and it's just not there. So that's the end of that for now I'm gonna have to take this off of here, and that really blows, but I kind of knew that was coming. If you leave anything sit very long these days, that's it. I mean, it just won't. I don't know how to describe it. Our modern diesel fuel's crap, and I knew leaving that pump, I did turn it over every so often. You know, when I would walk by, I would, you know, bring the jump pack over and gave it a few shots. You know, I had a battery in here for a while and would do that, just trying to keep it where it wouldn't do this, but it's just a lost cause, friends. So that really is crap, because it's not easy to get off of here. What I got to do is take the starter off, take every injection line off, and then pull the pump off. So, because you see how you have zero room here, friends. I mean, now see there, it seemed like I got some fuel. But I'm not getting no fuel anywhere else, because my number one there I had totally off, and I'm getting nothing. So that's really crap. You know, I wish it would just come to life, but it's not going to do that. So, and he had a freshly rebuilt injection pump when he brought it, and then I dilly-dallied on my working on it, and so now I owe him a fresh rebuilt injection pump. So that's what I'm going to do, and I guess that'll be the next video, is tearing that off of there, and then we'll have to cover everything up good. Hopefully that pump shop in town can turn this around pretty quick, but I don't know. It's just one of those things, friends, that I didn't really want to have to do, but I understand it, and it's not his fault. It's my fault, 100%. So we're not going to get to see anything about how we did on the rest of the tractor until we get this back to where it's running, and then we'll go from there. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or, if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.